Welcome back. Welcome back to Right Narrative. It's okay to be curious. So we're on the screen now. Loading. It's the women triple jump qualification. We have three Jamaicans representing the women triple jump. Those are Shaniki Ricketts. Confirm here. Welcome, Carlene. Welcome to the live. Big up yourself. So the women triple jump, obviously not one of the biggest and the best, not one of our main sports, but we have three Jamaican representing in the women triple jump. These three athletes are so in Group B, our first qualifier is in Group B, we have Kimberly Williams. She's our first representative. So Jamaica have three athletes representing in the triple jump. Naturally, we're expecting the flag bearer, Shaniki Ricketts, to medal in this one. Still trying to get some stats here. So the athletes, they're lining up to get started. Jamaica with Kimberly Williams, she'll be in the first, how do you call it, group? It's a two different live. One from Peacock, one from the live. African girl, welcome back to live. Appreciate the comment. Yeah, I'm literally still trying to find some of the information for this, for the triple jump. So it's some of these athletes, I do know them, but to get their name right without having to destroy it, I'll have to confirm here. I know we have Shanika Ricketts, Kimberly Williams, and we have one more, the lady here in the middle. Still trying to remember her. But again, another event that Jamaica is participating in, we're trying to get as many goals. I saw people predicting 10 goals, 12 goals, some as many as 18 goals. But where are they coming from? We're expecting at least one in the triple jump from Shaniki Ricketts. She's a flag bearer from, she was a flag bearer for Jamaica, and a potential bronze medal there. So I wanted to check it out to make sure to see where we stand. It's a qualifying round. So wanted to check it out to see where we stand in this one. Again, it's not one of it's not one of our events that we're always watching, that we always know what's exactly is going on. So you have, there's a qualification group A and a qualification group B. And in qualification group A, we have Kimberly Williams. So on the screen now we see Ricketts, we see Kimberly Williams as well. Age 35, so I guess this could be her last Olympics. But it's good that we could have three Jamaicans in this event. There are various events that Jamaicans did not even qualify for. So having three Jamaicans in this event, potentially getting a medal, that would be good for the tally. Because I don't believe that Jamaica have their best. We don't have. We're going to lose medals in some of our best events. So this morning with the 100 meters, it looked a little bit shaky. It was a little difficult to watch. But I think again with Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce coming out the way she did, that was good for, at least that was good a little bit. So I was able to get some of those photos from the, let's see. So the semifinals that we're talking about, if they were out or not, actually they are out. It's just that in the US they don't allow them. Now you're watching the 10,000 meter too, even though we're not in it. Our African cousins from East Africa always winning. So I was watching it earlier, but I switched it over. Okay, so are you watching like the multi-view screen, or do you just only watch the triple jump? I was watching the multi-view screen, but then I switched to the triple jump because I wanted to see as much as possible from the triple jump. Age African Jamaican. Hey, what inspired the name? You said African Jamaican girl. Why? Why African Jamaican girl? At least 10 gold medals. At least 10 medals. 10 gold. We must can achieve. You're saying at least 10 gold medals? That's some heavy. That's not easy. 10 gold medals from Jamaica. In the past, we would have said 4 gold medals in the sprints, possibly 6 from the sprints with the relays included. And you know, if lucky, you get from the relay, the sprint hurdles, and maybe 400. But 10 gold medals now is going to be very hard. I don't even know if it's likely to get 10 gold medals from the Jamaican team. Jamaica team really look like a young team. I don't know if they have what it takes right now to get those 10 medals. To get the right now to get 12 regular medals, they'll have to really, really dig deep. Because in the 100-meter, for example, the 100-meter woman, right now, the way that it looks, we may get one. From what we look like, realistically speaking, we may get one medal from the 100-meter right now. Sian Atkinson, welcome to live. Appreciate the comment. I think she mean 10 medals, not gold medals. 10 medals, but she said gold medals. Okay. Because the gold would have been hard. I'm Jamaican and I love my motherland, Africa. African Jamaican, not African American. Hey, if you have never traveled, let's say, I'm not sure if you have traveled to Africa yet, but if you were to travel to Africa, which country would which would be the first country to travel to? A lot of people I've seen like they have gone to like Gambia. Some of them they would love to go to Ethiopia. I've seen lot of Jamaicans who started to respect the heritage, decided that if they were to travel to any country outside of Jamaica, they would probably travel to Africa. And you see, like how some people would love to go to Paris, Italy, France, and places like that. I've seen a lot more people from Jamaica saying that if they had the money to travel and they had to choose, they would definitely travel to Africa somewhere there to see the motherland. So as it stands right now, DMA, not sure what which country that is. I'm not sure which country. Thea Ladfond, she has the best jump. Um, Cuba have the second best jump in the world, actually, not in the event. I was trying to bring up the event, but it was not loading. I'm not sure why this thing is not loading. I was able to load the sprint earlier, but the triple jump is not doing anything for me. So African Jamaican is saying, I'm moving to Ghana, but I will be visiting. I'm moving to Ghana, but I will be visiting a lot of other countries for sure. Well, okay. I want to go to Kenya and not North America. See, there are people who would definitely choose other places, but America. If I'm traveling to any African country, I'm going to Ghana, South Africa, Nigeria, and Zimbabwe. There you have it. Um, welcome to the live, Simon. What time what time is 4x4 mix relay started? So I don't think the 4x4 mix relay is today. It will actually, yes. It's what it starts in, so it starts at 12:10 p.m. if you see it on the screen here. So that starts at 12:10 p.m. In America, it would be 1:10 p.m. If you're in Jamaica, it's 12:10. In America, 1:10 p.m. Africa is nice. The media trick us and show us the worst parts of Africa today. Yeah, so the mixed relay is today, actually. So round one is today. The mixed 4x4 relay is today. For obviously it's not men, it's both. It's two men, two women. So yeah. So yeah, most people really are starting to feel like Africa is a part of their heritage, their history. So they are looking to be more involved. So the events has not started yet. Maybe that's why it's not loading. But the leaders in the 4x4 is Thea Lafond. She's from DMA. I'm not sure what country that is. Then the second best jump for 2024 is the Cuban Leonis Hernandez. The number 7 best jump is Jamaican. The Jamaican have the number 7 best jump, and that's Shaniki Ricketts. That's our medal hopeful. Shaniki Ricketts have a jump of 14.67, and she did that in Monaco of July 12th of this year. So she had been getting better jumps as the year goes on. I wonder what we can expect from this one. I don't really know what I know the hopes. They have high hopes for her getting a medal, getting on that medal podium. So hopefully we'll see something from her that is worth watching. Before it we after that we'll see the women discus throw. These are not traditional events that we get into. Not traditional at all. So some of it we have to just wait and see. I can't even make any real predictions from this one. But I do believe that from what I'm seeing though, the Jamaican uniform, it looks good. I think that's one of the highlights from some of these, even if we don't know what it. So the athletes running in the sprints, I think they're wearing different uniform from the Jamaica, from some of them in the different jumps. But right now, what I'm seeing here in the triple jump from Kimberly Williams, really good. These uniform, it goes back. This looks a lot like the 1992, I think 1992 uniform. Let's see. So yeah, today we have the mixed relay at 12:10, and then we have the 800, the women 800 heats, the women 800 heats at 12:45. So we still have some running to come. We have a little bit of running to come after the. All right, so we first have Kimberly Williams. I don't know if she's doing a practice jump or if that's a real jump. It's not really a big jump, but she's in the group, I think Group B qualification. Go Ricketts! Let's go. Sian is saying, where are you? Are you in Jamaica watching One Spot Media TVJ? I'm in the US. I'm watching NBC, but what they are showing, it's not. They are showing. Oh, they are showing. So I'm in the US, but I'm watching Peacock. I'm watching Peacock. So they are showing the sports. They are showing sports overall, and they segment it so you could choose which one you want to watch. It's NBC overall, but I just chose to watch the triple jump. Literally could choose to watch any event that is going on right now, but I'm watching the triple jump at the moment. African Jamaican girl say, I think as a nation we have so much potential to enter other sports, but we need investment in them. That's true. I was talking to a friend of mine just the other day, not too long ago, and he was explaining to me that I was talking to a friend of mine. He was explaining to me the other day that he he moved to Canada, and his daughter, she moved there after him. She moved when she was at least 10 or maybe 50. She moved there maybe when she was 10 years old. And not too long ago, she started doing the high jumps at her school. And she just did it for fun. And they recruited her for the Canadian national team just because she jumped higher than athletes who had been training for their entire career. And now she's on their under 20 team. She hasn't represented yet, and if they had discovered her earlier, she would have been a part of their Olympic team because she had, I think, just a natural jump of 180 meters. So 180 is good jump. 182 could get you into the Olympics, and that's a natural jump. She's 18 years old now, and these are sports that people are doing naturally in Jamaica. you know not really said doing sports, but they're we did a lot of walking our entire lives. Some people they have more vehicle now, a lot more people driving, but a lot of people still take the taxi and walk long distance, so they are fitter. The food is a little cleaner, so we eat a little better. African Jamaica said, I'm in the US on Peacock. So yes, we are watching it on Peacock. There are track and field going on and 5,000-meter finals, but it is in each channel in the US. Yeah, you'd have to definitely choose the exact event that you want to watch. And Peacock, if you might have to subscribe to Peacock and watch it from your browser or your TV. But you'd have to log into it. You'd have to log in from an application and watch it. All diving, look how much skilled divers and swimmers. I hope and pray for Jamaica. And even gymnastics. You'll see a lot of people naturally just flipping. They just learned it by themselves out of necessity. A lot of them, they learned it because they like to dance, and dancing lead to flipping. And just imagine if some of these people were trained from they were chill like babies growing up. Because if you look at the China, you look at the Russia, those places, they started out training the babies, and they already knew that they were going to be gymnastics Olympians. They already knew they were going to be Olympians from an early age. They started training them. They started like a lot of them. When you see how they train them, you'd say it's pure evil, because they started curving and bending and twisting them by from they were as young as 2 or 3 years old. But that's what built the Olympian. Even the swimmers, they started out a swimming career very, very early. Shani is saying, I have Peacock, but the US channel is showing Olympic, and each channel is showing Olympic, and Mother channel is showing Olympic, and Mother NBC showing Olympic. But this is Peacock, and I was able to go through, like scroll through, and choose the event that I wanted. The thing is, though, they usually schedule the events, and they would schedule the track and field triple jump for the time when it is starting. So you'd have to choose to watch the one you want. So maybe it's that you'd have to go back out to home, start and choose sport, and then look for track and field, because on Peacock they have a list of different events going on, and you could choose that event and then narrow it down to the specific one that you want to watch. See, that's easy. If your kids just have a chance to explore and develop their talent, oh my, such a wonderful thing for sure. It's just if Jamaica was a different country, a country where people just not, let's say, had all the opportunity, but a place that is not too expensive. The opportunity is there, because if you look at track and field, the opportunity is there for track and field. And as you said rightfully, if the investment is there, where they would have already have like really good swimming pool all over, not just in Kingston. If they had swimming pool accessible to other people in the country areas, because a lot of the real talent, they're in the country, not in the city. You choose on Peacock. I subscribe for $4.99, and that's good for a couple of days that the event is going on. Is something wrong with her? Oh, wait, oh. African girls, a gymnastic is a dream of mine to see us having a gymnastic team. We should scare the ghost. We should scare a ghost that came to scare her. Oh, what ghost? But yeah, it would be good if we could, because I just believe Jamaicans have so many talented people, and we are extreme. Whatever we are involved in, we are extreme. Anything. I just don't know anything that Jamaicans are involved in, and it's a mediocre thing. If there's a sport that Jamaicans are, maybe only soccer, football. Jamaicans haven't figured out to do anything in football yet. They did it once, and the love for football is there. But Tina, are you saying if something is wrong with Tina or Tia? But I said that she yeah, well, Tina was the sister. Tina is the sister who excelled in at the junior level. Now Tia is at the senior level. Well, she looked like she had the jitters. She didn't look like she was as confident as she could have been. So maybe something is wrong, maybe not, but she definitely looked like she had the jitters. Um, Scaring her would be if it brings out the best in her. I'm down for it. I'm all for that. I think this is what we were looking for earlier. What is this one? Hold on. So I did find all three. Somehow I can't share it, but it seems like we can't show it from the US. But I did find all three of the semifinals. It's difficult semifinals, but it's good interested semifinals. I think Tia will show up when it matters most. There's an Olympic network. I there's an Olympic network with 56 different channels. Well, on what? Is that on Peacock? I think it might be. Is that on Peacock? Rocky Hill. Carlene Smith is saying we will make personal and national sacrifice for a track and field event because of the glory we get from it, but we are good at all sports. That's what I do believe. I do believe we're good at all sports. But again, Jamaica is still underdeveloped. Jamaica is still underdeveloped, and I don't know why it is still as where it is. But one of the example that Jamaicans are very qualified in most things, are very talented, is when Jamaicans choose to leave Jamaica and they go to other places to work. And the profession could be vary from low level to extreme high level. Jamaica excels. It doesn't matter where Jamaicans are, they excel in their work. So it's like you adapt and you take over. So that's an example that Jamaicans can do very, very well. But some of it doesn't some of the time they doesn't really look out for Jamaica. Sometimes I just think that Jamaicans are not convinced that Jamaica is the right place to be. They're not convinced. You know what I mean? It's like we all know that Jamaica is a good place. The environment is good. But those people who travel outside of Jamaica, when they travel back, they realize that when they travel outside of Jamaica, when they travel back, they realize it's a lot of Yeah, a lot of us travel outside of Jamaica, and we do well. If it's college, we do well. If it's on the job, we do well. Get lots and lots of recommendation. We work harder than most, but again, a lot of us and I've seen this also going back to Jamaica to rebuild. If let's say, for example, somebody worked for a very long time outside of Jamaica, when it's time for them to go back to Jamaica to rebuild, even though they know the quality, they know what a quality house is, they know what the quality of life can be, they choose not to. And I think, and I can understand it, but I do also believe that it's difficult because they have to do it themselves instead of joining instead of joining a society that is already developed. But Jamaica, I do believe it's like a lotto. Those people who gets out of Jamaica, whether to work or to just live or whatever, it's like you win the lotto to some extent. So at some point, you have to give back to Jamaica by going and building something or help somebody build something. Just the new generation get some of that knowledge. If they don't get to leave, at least you brought something from America or somewhere else back to Jamaica so that because Jamaica is a place where I think people want to go back to. A lot of people, even Africa, you see how we're looking at Africa and saying that Africa is such a great place. I saw where Africans are looking to Jamaica as an inspiration. A lot of Africans look to Jamaica as inspiration. Look at the size of the music. Now Afrobeats is rising up, but Jamaica had been holding the banner for African people for a very long time. So we do have the talent, we do have the execution, but We don't have we don't have a lot to show for it all the time. Cage Level say, I'm not talking about her performance, it's her face. Oh my god, man. You all know what happened with her when she has her when she's wearing the glasses. She's good. Tia, you already know that Tia and Elaine, they have the similar what do you call it, a cat's eye? They have cat's eye, man. So you, I guess that's part of what it's the confidence thing. Jamaicans love the most beautiful of beautiful, but she have the talent. She have the talent. It's just the way she looks. Rocky Lisa, get a loaded fire stick. You'll get every channel in the world. That's true. That is true. And for free, you'll just have to load it once or flash it ever so often. Kate Clever said, stop valuing all the trivial things. That is true, man. Time the lottery is drawn and won here. It is getting better though. It's getting better here in Jamaica or in the States. But I do believe that Jamaica is not easy to live, but it's not very hard. It's not very hard, but it's not very easy. And I don't believe anywhere is very easy. If you do a breakdown of a typical American household bill, it's expensive. Like just the regular. It's difficult for any one person to survive in America. And it's the same in Jamaica. Oh yeah, it's getting better in Jamaica. I do believe that. So I'm from Portland, Jamaica. And when I speak, I'm speaking a little bit from experience as well. I went to UTech in the J1 program. I went to America, work in America, studied, I did IT in Jamaica. They work in IT in America. And over the years when I work, I build back in Jamaica. That's what I do. I build back, I build my house there. I purchase what I wanted there. And I feel comfortable being there much more than when I'm in America because you really have no bills. If you do it right in Jamaica, you have absolutely no bills. Right now, I use Starnet. I use Starlink in Jamaica. $7,000 for the internet. You know, only after Hurricane Beryl I realized that you definitely need solar. But it's little by little. You have to build it up, build it a little by little, and you get what you want out of it. And Jamaica, Portland is a little rural to some extent, still green, still lush. But at the end of it, you don't have to go too far. Even if you're in the forest of the forest with a car, you're not far from anywhere. 30 minutes to a little town. It's no different from here. A lot of people live in places they don't come out of the house, not even for an hour. So we have a Jamaican running up, triple jump. She just did a she did a qualifying time. Let's see, it's Smith. What's her name? She just jumped a qualifying time. So Shaniki Ricketts, her first jump is 14:47. If the government start to focus on innovation rather than music and sports, that would change everything. I think that we'll have to start focusing on things that we have to start doing a little bit of self-sufficiency where people have to build a small house. I think they could start with with just so hold on. Um Akeelia Smith. Akeelia Smith. The three Jamaicans are Akeelia Smith, Shaniki Ricketts, and Kimberly Williams. Shaniki Ricketts have the best jump so far, but it seems like Akeelia Smith, she qualified, and Shrika Ricketts also qualified. So Cage Level is saying if Jamaicans start to focus on innovation rather than music and sports, that would change everything. I believe that. I do believe that. But I also believe that those people who travel and they're able to, let's say after you get your rent out of the way or your mortgage out of the way, a lot of people still have no interest in traveling back to Jamaica to live there. But if you build, I usually look at it this way. Let's say, for example, I build a house there and I never go back or anything, and that house was supposed to leave there. At least I built something and I left it in Jamaica on Jamaican soil. I left it there. Even if somebody found it sometime in the future and it's theirs, at least I built something in the ground in Jamaica and left it there. Versus if I had built something here and left it here. Either way, I'd believe in it somewhere. You know what I mean? So that Spark program is genius. What Spark? What is the Spark program though? African Jamaican girl, I'm tired of America, man. Funny enough, I made a call in February. I was here, I got tired, and I was like, if I have to, if I didn't get laid off or I didn't get furloughed during pandemic, so I didn't know what it was like to stop working. So I was like, you know what, I'm taking a break, and I took a break. It's scary. I took a break and I spent almost 5 months in Jamaica. Just moved there. I just went back, but again, I already started building, so it wasn't hard, and it was not the most challenging thing. I could literally leave here if I wanted to. I could leave here and figure it out in Jamaica, because what I did was I spent time working on the yard, because if you know what you like in America, you can do it in Jamaica. If you like your yard, all right, first of all, if you built a one bedroom house, just a single bedroom, a living room, a bathroom, a kitchen area, make some space around the yard, flat and deck the top of the house instead of putting a regular roof on there, so you could literally have a yard space on your roof, you'd be good. You'd be good. And then little by little, you start building up your neighbor. You start getting to know the neighbors, just so that you feel comfortable in the environment. If you don't like where you're from, you go to a different area to do all that. Again, it sounds easy, and some would say, hey, you already have something there, so it's not hard. But it is not hard. It's not as hard as one would think. So music and sports are important. We just need to expand our reach. That is for real. That's for real. So Kimberly Williams is the one struggling the most for Jamaica. So Ricketts and Smith already qualified, but Kimberly Williams struggling. But she looked good in that uniform. I would have to say, African Jamaican girl. My mom is from Portland. I have lots of family there. I went to Happy Grove. Oh, you're at the top there. I'm from Buff Bay. I'm down Buff Bay side there. So I'm still down, all the way down. Yeah. But I enjoyed being there, man. It's not bad. I really think it's good. Especially everybody. Right now, people are just enjoying the environment. In Jamaica, you'll have to just figure out how to live there. And when you're there, it's not easy, especially if you're used to earning money. That's the only thing. If you're used to earning money, you'll have some problems when you're not earning as much as you would like to earn. That's where the problem comes in. Sophia, welcome to live. Appreciate the comment. Is there a link to watch the triple jump? Actually, there will be. I don't have a link to watch it. Um, I'm watching it on Peacock. It's an app. You have to purchase the app and log into it. So I'm watching it on Peacock. And usually, if we show these things, we could get strike. Could get strike. Let me see if I could put this on like TikTok on the TV, and if they would, because they will strike it either way. Some of them they block it before it even gets up. I think Kishan will run 967. 967. Hey, that would be the fourth athlete in the history of humanity to run at a 96. I want to see what he's really, really capable of. It seems like he's capable of a lot, but I'd love to see what he's truly capable of, because he looks confident, he looks prepared, he look like, yeah, obviously as one of the best coaches. So I'd love to see what he will do. Hopefully he will live up to the hype, but again, the big moment when the lights are on and everybody else around you is a foreign presence, you know. Hopefully. I'm gonna put this on TikTok to see if it will work. Yeah, so I just put it on my TikTok. My TikTok is called Dabeam, Dabeam. Not sure if it will stay there. You know, it's a sport, but the TikTok, this is still a media. Just like YouTube, they probably will ban it. Didn't they find oil? I heard they found oil. I heard they found some stuff in Trelawney, and then well, obviously the cockpit country, it have a lot of stuff that they have been looking into. I saw where Chief Curry is fighting for about the lumber that they're cutting up and trying to sell, very expensive lumber. I think 963 for Kishane in the finals. You're equal in the Olympic record. I think I would love to see Kishane do something that could put Jamaica on the map all over again. Because what we saw from Usain Bolt, it's gonna be hard for anybody to replicate. But if anybody replicate it, what I think if Jamaica was to replicate it, would be the best case scenario. Jamaica for a long time. That's what we really have going for us in sports because even though we are very good at everything else, we're not getting the results that we really want out of it. We're not getting that kind of results. We want, when I said results, we'll get a win here, we'll get a win there, but we hold on to the world record in the 100, in the 200. We hold on to the world record in 4x1, but those guys are gone. And imagine seeing somebody else from somewhere else coming out and dominating. With Jamaica being the sprint factory that it is, producing the best athletes throughout the world for a very long time, for the last 4 Olympics. In the 200 meters, Veronica Campbell won 2004, then 2008. And then after 2008, was it Shelley? Hold on, 2000, no, 2008. Then 2012, it was Elaine. And 2000, no, 2012. Who was it in 2012? Not remembering 2012. Let me see. Somebody, if you remember, who is 2012 winner in the 200 meter Olympic. No, 2012. Okay, so Jamaica didn't win the Olympic gold medal in 2012. That was Alyssa Felix, who finally beat Veronica Campbell in 2012. Alyssa Felix beat Veronica Campbell. And yeah, so Shelley won the 2000 in the 100. And then after 2012, Elaine Thompson dominated the other 2 Olympics. After 2012, it was Elaine Thompson, 2016 and 2021. But yeah, Jamaica only in the last 5 Olympics, the USA won only once, and Jamaica won 4 of those. So for the longest while, Jamaica had been dominating. And I hope that we can find the form again going forward. So we haven't given up the 100 meters since. Hold on. Yeah, we haven't. We last year we gave up the 100 meters. No, 2 times. So we are just trying to get back after 2012. Kishane will be a superstar if he keeps fit. I would let him break the 100-meter record, then put him in the 200. He seems better suited for the 200 anyways. It sounds like he started out doing the 200 meters when he was in high school. That's what he ran. But then he started to run the 100 after. Who, Christopher Lawrence said, who you think taking it for the 100-meter race? I think 1-2 for Jamaica. I'm going 1-2 for Jamaica as well. I'm going 1-2, and I still believe that Kishane is faster than Oblique Civil. It just looked the way how he ran in the championship, whether Oblique Civil was injured or not. Oblique Civil ran his personal best just to keep up with Kishane going, executing according to his coach's will. So I do believe that Oblique Civil is still faster than Noah. But Noah is improving. With Noah seeing what had happened and he went to the drawing board, came back. with a personal best, and his personal best is now better than Oblique Civil's personal best. I can't rule Noah out, but I just don't believe that Noah is ahead of Oblique Civil right now. With Oblique Civil even getting, they're saying, unless they're just saying this just so that the entire Jamaica can feel better about it, I believe that Oblique Civil is much better than where he was. And with them saying that it's the first time he had been injury free for a long time, and he started to show a little muscle. He said he can't train the way how he would like to train because he's injured. I know he can train, so he's putting in that work. I believe that Oblique Civil will be the second place. I'm giving, I would say second for Oblique Civil. I think Sharika pushed herself too hard last year. All right, so I don't know if I'm controversial with the Sharika and Elaine thing, MVP and all. I do believe that Sharika was designed to destroy, to beat Elaine into submission. Come back to the camp. We're gonna send a little. You know, when you're watching all these movies, when a guy or a spy, you know, when somebody leave the country or you try to defect to another country, you send a warrior for them. I think that's what happened with Sherika. They sent a warrior out for Elaine, and she overdid it. She overdid it constantly because in order to get to a star level like Elaine, you have to do star stuff. And I don't think she was able to do that star stuff. You know, Christopher is saying for the woman Shelly Shakiri. So Shelly, the way how Shelly look in that 100, I think Shelly is definitely on the podium. She's on the podium, but Shakari looked very good. Shakari looked good. So if we think about all the athletes that we saw in the 100-meter heats, who do you guys think look the best overall? Let's say overall, who do you think look the best? We're talking about all the runners, the top 3 people who look the best in your opinion. George, Doug, welcome to live. Appreciate your comment. Jamaica men only lose 100 and 200 in 2020. For the longest while, that's the first time they lost. They didn't have. But what about 2016 though? I think in 2016 we didn't have anybody to. I can't remember. But I don't think we had anybody in 2016. Yes, 1 and 2. I do believe 1 and 2 for the Jamaican men. Kishane will get walked down like he got walked down in the Diamond League finals. Yeah, man. What year was that? Asking for a friend. What year did Kishane Thompson got walked down in the Diamond League? Who did that walking down? Is that guy here right now? Did somebody walk him down and still live to tell the tale? African Jamaican girl. Christopher, did you watch the heats? Shakiri getting the bronze. There you go. Shakiri getting the bronze. Judge Doug is saying it is 20 years US men don't win the 100 meter 1 and 2 in the Olympics, and 20 years the US woman don't win the Olympics 100. Yeah, that's true. They won the 200 in 2012 with Alyssa Felix finally beating Vernica Williams. That rivalry had been going on forever, but that Alyssa Felix came good. Baldwin 2016. What? 8, 12, 8, 12, 16. What's going on in my head? You're right. You're right. My bad, my bad, my bad, my bad, my bad. Because Bolt retired, I felt like Bolt was an old man. 2023 by Noah. What is that? What is that? What are you talking about? What in 2023? Because we're talking about Olympics. Cage level, Kishane and Shellyan are the only ones we can be sure about. Well, so far from what we saw, no man. What about Oblique Civil? Remember, Oblique Civil had started out with a good season, you know, and we haven't really had much to compare outside of that. I don't think we can use. I don't think we have more information on Kishane than we do have on Oblique Civil, because at the racers invitation or Grand Prix, Oblique Civil beat Noah, right? But and he beat him convincingly, running a good time, shutting down, getting a personal best, right? Oblique Civil was pushed by Noah to that personal best. Oblique Civil was once again pushed to a personal best by Kishane Thompson. But we saw equally, I think we saw as many races from Oblique Civil as we saw from Kishane Thompson. So I wouldn't rule Oblique Civil out, but he's not getting, I would say, the silver. Oblique Civil for the silver, not the gold. Kishane for the gold, Oblique for the silver, and maybe Noah Lyles could get that bronze for real. He could get that bronze, but one thing we also need to put into perspective for Kishane and Oblique Civil, they are 23 years old. Most athletes, they peak in those at that point in the Olympics, they get some medal by 23. These guys, it's their first Olympic. For Noah Lyles, this might be his third. If it's not his second, it's his third, and he only have a bronze medal to show from the Olympics. So Noah Lyles is not really the athlete that we think he is. He's been hyped up, but he's not really the athlete that we think he is. As I said, even Fred Curley is more decorated than Noah Lyles. So Fred Curley is probably a bigger problem than Noah Lyles is. And he should be treated as such. Tiffany Ritchie. Welcome to the live. I appreciate it. Comment. I definitely think Kishane can run 963, but we still need to see how he show up on the big stage mentally. That's the truth. Because from Tia, she was being hyped up. It seems like people knew what they knew, but on the big day, Tia got second place because she had a easier heat than a lot of people. It was an easy heat. And I'm happy that she had an easy heat. So she get the chance to go back to the drawing board and get the motivation that she need. But I would love to see that Kishane Thompson as well would go through his, whether it's difficult or easy, I would love to see the ease. I would love to see him running those races with the same kind of ease that he did at the trials. If he's doing that, then we're good. Shakiri, Talu, and Alfred look the best. I still have Shakiri, Alfred, Tia in that order. So you're giving Tia ahead of Shelly. You don't think Shelly look good? I think Shelly, even though Talu beat Shelly, I believe Talu ran a harder race than Shelly in that one. Shelly started shutting down early, and Talu was going. She was still going. So I believe that Shelly looked easy. Maybe it's just what I wanted to see. I saw what I wanted to see, but I believe Shelly was easy. Yeah, but US also won the 100-meter 20 years straight, only to lose to Jamaica. The US, they dominated, but those years, it's, as you know, it's filled with controversies. A lot of medals are being pushed back. As you saw, haven't you seen where a lot of medals are being given back in the 100 and 200 from the US? So even though they dominated, they got the glory, they got the big stage, they got the endorsement deals and all of that, they got pushed back. I think Ricketts is leading in the triple jump at the moment. But yeah, the only Jamaican right now still jumping, trying to get a spot is Kimberly Williams. Smith and Ricketts would have already qualified. So cage level, yeah, him too. Colin Veronica Campbell Brown, she won in what 2004 and 2008, and second in 2012. Christopher Wright. Okay, I think that's where I should place her for real. Bronze. Who should you place at bronze? Nope, Shelly will not come. What? Whoa, Shelly won't come out of her semis. But Shelly looks so good though. Hey, that is a big and bold statement, Carlene. Shelly look good this morning, you know. And she looked the best too, you know. Shelly looked the best, running 10.92, shutting down around 70 meters and just jogging towards the end in a race with Talu, where 5 people qualified in that race because it was the fastest race. And she just didn't look like she was she didn't look like she used all the energy. And remember, Shelly is a seasoned competitor and a very, very experienced athlete. So I believe that going into this event, she would be conserving energy. We saw where Talu didn't do a lot of running leading up to this Olympics, and Shelly didn't do a lot of running. A lot of these athletes, they just focus on the Olympics. But now that we saw Shelly for the first time, I think it was a good, very, very good run from Shelly. It was the best athlete, it was the best Jamaican athlete. But so to be realistic, we'll have to always say Shakiri for the win, being realistic. And if we are also looking at and putting the respect on Julian Alfred's name, Julian Alfred could challenge for 2 medals in Paris. Easy, 2 medals. She could challenge for the 200 for a medal in 200 and a medal in 100. It's for her to lose based on the form that we are seeing from her right now. And Rocky, listen, what medal are we giving back? Well, I don't. What I'm saying, let me confirm. I know that 3 Jamaicans will be receiving medals that they lost to doping over the years. 3 medals will be given to Jamaicans in 2024 Paris Olympics. So right here it's showing that Jamaica athletes Khalees Spencer Carter, Beverly McDonald, and Chelsea Hammond Ross are set to receive their Olympic medals during a reallocation ceremony at the 2024 Olympic Games in Paris. The Jamaican Association announced they announced this May 17, 2024. So I would have to dig deeper to see who those medals are coming from so that they could get these medals. So Jamaican athlete Kelly Spencer Carter, Beverly McDonald, and Chelsea Hammond Ross are set to receive the Jamaica Association. The Jamaica Olympic Association is pleased to announce that in partnership with the International Olympic Committee, we will be hosting a special medal reallocation ceremony on August 9th, 2024 in Paris at Champions Park, which is near the epicenter of all track and field activities and will specifically arranged by the IOC. I just want to confirm the athletes that they are getting these medals back from. So this athlete is what is this? An Took. I don't know who this athlete is. So this seems like okay. It was in America. This athlete was a Russian athlete. They took this one from a Russian athlete, and they are giving that back to a Jamaican. So the American athlete who finished behind Anatuk will be the champion. So she's getting the gold. Beverly McDonald will get bronze from the 200 meter Sydney Olympic because the disqualification of Marianne Jones. So Marianne Jones lost her gold medal, and the Jamaican who got fourth in that one will be getting a bronze medal. So Jones will strip off 100, 200, and 4 by 4, and 4 by Jones strip off 100, 200, and 4 by 4 gold. So it was so the two athletes, one is a Russian athlete and one is Marianne Jones. So 3 Jamaican athletes to get medals because of that. But it's not just the Jamaicans, you know. Everybody else behind those athletes will be getting a different medal because these are 2 athletes. So Marianne Jones and a Russian athlete, Natalia and Antioch. These 2 athletes, they tested positive for something, confirmed. So yeah, Jamaica, they're getting back 2 medals from the US, but it's the same 1 athlete and 1 from Russia. The top 2 finishers in the semifinals with Shelley, Shakiri, and Alfred are the favorite to win. The dark horse is Tia Clayton. Frano prepared her, and she's in an easy semifinals group. I believe her group is the easiest one. She's in group 3. She's in the 3rd group, and I do believe it's the easiest. I hope that she will go through without having to become any fastest look qualifier or anything. Do you see Shelly semi? Yeah, I saw all 3 of them. I saw all 3 of the I saw all 3 of the semifinals. It's just that when I try to load it, it don't look exactly like I would want to see it. So I don't know why it looked the way it does. All right, there's a way to do this. The only one it seems like I can see right now is this one. So I'm gonna try to share it. So I saw all 3 of them, right? But the only one that is cooperating at the moment is this one. So in this one, we have the Shelley and Fraser Price in lane 5, Julian Alfred in lane 6, and Shakir Richards in lane 7. But we also have, what's her name? Where is she? We have in lane 4 Mariam Bass. Mariam Bass, very, very good. She won her heat. And this is a very fast athlete. Maybe she's not as fast. All right, let's look at the personal best. In lane 1, Chukwuma, Rosemary Chukwuma. Her personal best is 1088. Not looking for her to do anything here. Bree Master in lane 2 from Australia. Personal best 1123. Not expecting her to do anything here. Lane 3, not expecting anything from her. 1099. I think that's her personal best. Mariam in lane 4, maybe not enough to do anything here because I think she ran this time in her heat, and I think she ran this time in her heat, and this time will not be enough. No, this was not in her heat. She ran 1099 in her heat, and it won't be enough. Shirley and Fraser Price is a 10.6 runner, and her best time for the year is 10.91. Julian Alfred best time for the year is 10.78. So if she have to run this kind of time, then you know that it's gonna be difficult. Kerry Richardson shutting down the way she did, number 1 in the world. Julian Alfred number 3 in the world. Shillian Fraser number 11 in the world. This is good time from Shakiri. She have this. Our season best is 10.71. I'm expecting season best time something similar to her season best in the semifinals. Julian Alfred will be running something close to her season best semifinals, and Shelly and Fraser will have to do a season best for sure to come out of that. And as I said, big athlete, big time runner. On the day she'll have to show up big, 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 because Julian Alfred and this is like the finals. These are three athletes that we would want to say if we're predicting. These are three athletes who would get 1, 2, 3 in the finals. So the semifinals is set up like a finals. That's nothing. That's no joke. Set up like a finals, and the other athletes they have so only 5 athletes have sub 11 here, but 3 of these athletes are the best, literally among the best. If you should put a realistic wager on who would win, you'll go for Shakiri, Julian Alfred second, Shelley Fraser first. But how we saw Shelley Fraser, if Shelley Fraser is coming back into her 10-6 shape or 10-7 shape, she's just up there with any of these two because she looked the best from Jamaica. So if that's the case where Tia could be, so if let's say, who do you guys think will be in the finals from Jamaica? Do you think it will be only one athlete in the finals from Jamaica, or would it be two? So Carlene is saying Shelley also said that she has not done a lot of training. And that could be where she's trying to keep the opposition, yeah, she was trying to keep her opposition guessing because she looked too good in that one. She looked very, very good. She looked good. I don't think that run is your typical run. It looked really, really good in that run in the this morning in the heat. George Doug is saying Tia is young and in good shape. She's prepared by Frano. I'm looking for her to fly out of the starting and destroy the field like Shellyan did in Beijing. I would love to see that, to be honest. How do you feel about this morning when she ran? Do you feel like she was she looked confident? Do you think that it was nerves, or you believe that she just had her instructions to go there, execute, get warm? I don't know what to say, but it was not the same way how I look at Shelly and said, all right, that looked good. You know, she's a Shelly Fraser Price is a veteran in the business. You know exactly how to execute. You know how to manage her races. But she did a very good time. It could be that Tia didn't even want to start running hard because tomorrow she'll have to run 2 hard races. She don't have just one. She have to run 2 hard races tomorrow. So I think that the way how it ended for Jamaica with 3 athletes going through is good. Nobody have any jitters. But and Tia Clayton in the third of the 3 heats, in the third of the 3 semifinals, I think it might do some wonders for her. Kate Levy saying, how can people from an island with an abundance of river and beaches not be be good at swimming because nobody goes to the rivers and the seas? They're not going to go in the water. I think people learn to swim more in the pools. But you're very right. Hey, as I said, I went to Jamaica and I spent a lot of time at the river. I went to the river. Um, People are usually traveling from Kingston more than how they are traveling from in the community to go to the river. People are traveling from everywhere but the community where they're from to go to the river. Tiffany Ritchie saying, Noah, just play a lot of mind games with his competition. See Jamaica taking gold, not gonna say Udo. Are you saying that Civil is up there? Tia is in Paris to compete, not to challenge. There's a difference when you said compete. She's just gonna run. She's not challenging. Do you know anybody in Paris that is gonna challenge? Doug saying Marianne Jones was USA woman who failed the drug test and disqualified. Yeah, so she have to give back multiple medals because she she have to give back 4x4, 200 and 100. She had medals, at least three. She affected a lot of different medals. So a lot of people gonna get back. At least 3 Jamaican getting back. Rocky Hill is saying, get it right, Marianne Jones was never tested positive for any drugs. No, 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 it's real. It's real. It's real. I look at the list. It's real. She what happened with her? She wasn't tested. Did she just tell them? Did she just admit that she took drugs? Because right now she's on the drug list. You know what I mean? Like, oh, she some drugs was involved with her system. Doug is saying when the USA dominate the sprint before Jamaica, a lot of their athletes failed drug tests. Were if there was rigid drug tests like now, a lot of European and American athletes would have failed drug tests back then. Rocky Shelley is no longer a 10-6 runner. Those days are long behind her. It's 2 years ago. It's not really that long. Let's hope that we still have another excellent execution left in Shelley. And then we would see a lot of American crying, trying to book their passport and move to some other country. This one America. Note, we would accept some of the good Americans. We would accept some of you good Americans if you ask nicely. Noah is smart. Noah already got himself a Jamaican girl. Where you go, I go. Colin Smith say you still think Shelley will come out of this semi? I hope she does. She's the GOAT. It's a hard semi. I said it's like the finals. The only thing is that if it's a very fast semi, then she will be going through. If it's a very fast semi, all three will be going through because I'm expecting 1, 2, 3 from them. And remember, they're gonna choose the third fast. They're gonna choose the three fastest losers. So and it's in the second heat. If they see some fast time in the first semi, they're gonna run fast in the second semi, and in the third semi, whoever is in that is gonna run fast. So a lot of people are gonna be banking on the qualification. In that one, it's kind of safe to say all three will be going through. It's just that they may have to put some real work in. George dug that pure assumption. Well, they are giving back medals, So you never know. They have been giving back medals. You have the Tim Montgomery. It was before Jamaica started dominating. You have Maurice Green. Did he ever get tested? A lot of people think that he was on the jet fuel as well, but his jet fuel was a little better than most. Carlene Smith is saying, I want Shirley to anchor the 4x1 so that she can go out winning gold. That's another one though. It's like I think they're bringing Kimber Nelson into the fold, which could boost their chances in the prelims. In the yeah, it's the prelims, but it could also boost their chances in the finals, depending on who they use. Alana Reed, hopefully she's in good shape and she could give us some fast times. But the gold will be hard. I think Shakiri is just too good right now. The gold will be hard, and it's not just her. They're gonna have Gabi running that curve again, and if Gabi is gonna run that curve again, she's gonna get a good. She's gonna come off the curve very fast. Who is gonna come off the curve for the Jamaica team? They have a very good final leg and they have a good third leg. So even if we can beat them in the first and second, the third will catch up, and nobody is going to stay with Shakiri just that easily, especially since we are expecting Shakiri to get that gold medal, beating everybody else. Rocky said for almost a whole year in 2012, Jamaica didn't administer any drug tests to their athletes. Didn't know that. But Jamaicans are not known for taking drugs, allegedly. African Jamaican girl is saying Shackleberry, which is code for Shakiri. Finafi go down tomorrow. I have faith in our runners. I care zero if she's number one. US too enough. Rocky is saying mix 4x4 is on track. Really? Yep. So mix 4x4 is, let's see. Can I find that one? That should be cool. Thanks for that, Rocky. I missed that one. Hopefully I can find it. So George is saying, and I guess this is also to see. Hmm. Not seen it. But George was saying in 1988 Olympics in South Korea when Ben Johnson won the 100 and disqualified 6 athletes in the race, failed drug tests, including Carl Lewis and Ben Johnson. Uh, and they only disqualified Ben Johnson. I saw that interview recently, and Ben Johnson was saying that they started to test him. And also, Ben Johnson was the world record holder. He was running for Canada, but when they started to test and they allegedly confirmed that he was taking the jet fuel, they classified him as Jamaican. He was no longer Canadian. He was he was something otherwise. African Jamaican girl is saying, Rocky, you sound hurt. It's 2024 and we are still winning. Got chuck off in at the White House. Do you know where the White House is, Rocky? African American girl hurt for what? I don't take track and feel seriously like y'all. 4x4 mixed relay heats is on. Still trying to find it. Let's see if this multi-view will give me something. Is it on the track now? Not seeing it at all. We're not gonna make it. Well, I'm not seeing it, but I know Jamaica is no good. Oh, probably it's already done. Is that a new world record? USA with a new world record, and they're gonna break it again. They're going to break it again. USA broke that world record in the 4x. You see, Jamaica don't take the 4x4 seriously. That's why they broke the world record. They'll be getting paid for that, and then they're gonna break it again in the finals. This is the prelims, and they broke it. I didn't see the race, but the world record now is 3 minutes. I think 3 minutes and 7 seconds. So Jamaica was in this one. Naturally, yeah. So Antoinette Green is saying, hopefully they had Sherika to the 4x1 relay finals if she can do it. It's who want it still. America is not gonna hand it over. That's relay final to Jamaica. We are the defending champions. Yeah, they're not gonna hand it over. See, America went out and broke the world record in the mix 4x4. See, Jamaica with a national record getting fourth. It's a national record that Jamaica got. They ran a national record and got a fourth place finish. America won in a world record time. So, no, actually, Jamaica didn't. Yeah, Jamaica got a national record. So it's their best that they ever done. But Jamaica don't really respect the 4x4 relay. They don't respect it at all. Four, is it not four? Is it? It should be only 2 teams. So Jamaica probably still go through. I think they will go through. Yeah, there's a split screen with four multi-view. When I went on the multi-view, that's where I was seeing it. Christopher Lawrence, we out. Are we out though? How many heats for the mixed relay? Cause we got fourth. But Jamaica really they don't respect the mixed relay. Even now, let's say for example, the Jamaican men didn't qualify for the 400 meters, the 4x4. Why couldn't they use the Jamaican athletes, like the main athletes, to run in that mixed relay? They don't do stuff like that. They choose. They just have a group of people, almost like when you would see the 100-meter prelims. It's almost like they would use some people who would be running up in a prelim and put them on the mixed relay. They say, all right, you have a career in track and field, go to the Olympics and represent. Now go make it. It's on NBC. Yeah, I just got to it late. We lose. We got fourth. It's a national record that we got, but not good enough. The Olympic world record. I imagine the US is gonna lower that Olympic world record again. They're not gonna just. So what's that? Discus. So the discus throw. We have a Jamaican in the discus. She just threw as well. Remember in 2020 Olympics, they wish we were disqualified so they could emerge gold medal winners. Even the American commentary was giving America the win. Them bias, but that not go work. We didn't make it. Yes, and you know what's crazy? Some people had us medaling in the 4x4, and that's where the the training comes in. We have to really train in the relays because there are countries who are not as fast, but they are very well trained for the relays. The 4x4, it's a little bit different because you can have a bad changeover in the 4x4 and still make up time running. But in like the 100 meters, we have to train. We have to train. The baton changes have to be perfect. They have to be bringing it down to the science because from what I've heard, the changing zone, typically in the changing zone, athlete had to change at a specific range. Now they can change anywhere. So if an athlete want to run more time than one athlete, say for example, changing zone is 30 feet in that 30 feet, if a fast athlete grabbed the stick early in that 30 feet, they could run 130 foot or 120 full throttle to another athlete and they get another 120. Therefore, the slower athlete would be running anywhere from 80 to 90 feet meters instead. I mean, meters. So they will have to bring this to a science because they are changing things and it will affect the Jamaican team because they are not training. US finished first in their heats and Jamaica finished fourth. But US also finished with a world record in the mixed relay. So you know that this is not gonna be this is another sure gold medal for Jamaica for the US in this one. The first anchor never ready. I didn't see the race at all. I was searching. Where are you? If you are in the US, you can see it on NBC. Yeah, I just didn't have it on the right thing. I was still watching the triple jump. Jamaica is not out yet. That's what I'm wondering. How many heats? If it's only two heats, then Jamaica is still in because they got a fourth place, a national record. It's not like they ran the worst possible time. They didn't run the worst possible time. It's the fastest they had ever ran, but it was obviously not good enough. I need to see. Yeah, man, it's on TV, but if I show it, you see, on that right now, I have my TikTok over there. TikTok with what, like 8,000 plus people on there, and I put it on TikTok, but they stopped it. They stopped it. I'm seeing it from here. They stopped it. So could be where they even put a restriction on that. If we ever try to show any of these, probably wouldn't be able to log into YouTube for a while. Your TikTok pause. Oh, let me see. See what I was saying? So you see, they put a restriction on it and they block it. So it's not just pause. They lock it off. So I couldn't even if I wanted to show it, I can't. Even if I wanted to show that the races, I couldn't. Even on TikTok, because they're blocking it. So first three in each heat plus the next two fastest time. So Jamaica probably could get through because that one was a world record run. It's a very good heat. Obviously, if Jamaica run again, they're not gonna get any medals. But that's what I'm saying. George Young. The mix 4x4 mix, the mix 4x4 mix is a new event. Every Olympics, the fastest time become the world record. So the world record will keep changing. I wonder if they're still paying for it. Hey, what do you guys think would be a good four? Do you guys think that they should replace the mix 4x4 with a 4x1 mix? And if, let's say, for example, you were to choose the best 4x1 team ever out of Jamaica to go up against the best 4x1 team ever out of America, who do you think would win? Which team would you think would win? But you have to put it, you'd have to choose them consistently. So if you choose a male to start, you'd have to choose a male to start with America as well. So if your first leg is a male, the first leg for America would have to be a male. And as it goes on, female second, male third, female fourth. Unless you'd have to put male first, female to female, then to male. Which one do you think would win? We know we have a rivalry going back a long time, but if they should choose a mix 4x1, not a 4x4, which team wins? Avia Sound, welcome to the live. Appreciate the comment. To what I just witnessed a while ago was not good for us Jamaican, but we are still keeping hope that we must come home with at least some gold medals. Where do you see the gold medals, Avia Sound? Or IVI Sound? Antoinette is saying, always the selection for the mixed relay done. They use the athletes that did not make individual finals in their respective events, because I don't know how we never make it or we do well at all. I think every year they do a bad job choosing the mixed relay, because when you'll see that athletes who compete in the events are, let's say, athletes who are good with the 400, but they competed in the 200, they'll put them in the mixed relay. The USA always use very strong athletes. I've seen athletes who competed in the flat four, in the 4x4, go over to the mixed relay and compete as well. I've seen it for Dominica. Dominica usually do well in the mixed relay. I've seen it with the Dutch. They do very well as well. I see they're the Dutch team right now on the screen. I think it's the Dutch team. From the guys from Netherlands. They usually choose the best possible team, even if those athletes are competing in the flat. It's just that Jamaica have a different approach. They are preserving their individual athletes for to get their individual endorsements and stuff, but very, very weak. It's very, very weak right now. Jamaica never ever pick a good 4x4. And I've heard when they talk about athletes who they sent to the to represent at any event, Olympics or otherwise. Those athletes usually are athletes who are friend of an association or a friend of the coach or something like that. It's not always the best athlete. Jamaica need to do better selection. Them only focus on certain races. And I also believe that this is where the J3A and these places come into effect. They choose athletes and they send them as well. Because when like for example, we're talking about Steve Mullins, right? Steve Mullins was one athlete who, even after everything, and and his band was supposed to get lifted. He said that they decided that they would not allow him back in the sport, not the world, Jamaica, because he was not under any organization. You know, you could run as an individual, not under an organization. Like what you're seeing, some of these athletes choosing to do, creating their own track and field clubs and stuff like that. At that time, he was trying to run under his own name, and he Rocky say, I would be surprised if Dutch break the world record. The problem is that the Dutch men can't match the American men. I think the men give them the edge. The Dutch women are very good, but I believe the Dutch men can't keep up with the American. So American probably will win this one. Even if they break the world record, it would be good if they broke it, break it now, so that when the US break it again, they can say that at least we had the world record for a day. That would have been good, but they didn't. They didn't break it. Actually, who won this race? The race was won by. Was that? Who was that? Great Britain. The race was won by. I think it was won by Great Britain. Well, no Femke Bowl. She's gonna try to leave it all out there in the 400 relays. For national record from Great Britain in that one. Um, you know what? Jamaica may not make it through because this race it wasn't as fast as the US, but the four teams in this one was very good. The four teams they had very good times. So world record from the USA, France with the second best time of 10, national record 10, 3 minutes and 10 minutes, 3 minutes 10 seconds, 10.6 seconds. Oh, it just moved off. Cheryl Tate, the first person on our mix 4x4 mix team started slow. Okay, so that's one of the reasons. But I've heard that they usually don't pick a good team. Nonetheless, I do believe that Jamaica would have a better mix 4x1 team. But who would you put on there, and how would you set it up to win? Is there a mix relay that you would have without Shelley and Fraser Price if you're gonna have the best mixed relay team out of Jamaica? Would it be, let's say that we're gonna naturally use, who would you use? The Jamaica team for that? Would you use Bolt? Bolt would be an automatic qualifier, and Elaine would be automatic in any order, right? That's what I think. Elaine in any order, Bolt in any order. But do you use Johan Blake at any time? And do you use a Safa at any time? Or is it a given that you would have to use a Safa? I would have given that you have to use Bolt, Blake. The first person for a mixed relay started out slow. Sad. I think we better line up for the Jamaica. Jaja, they have to go send for some of the viewers. I thought they say, why can't we work on our weakest area? It is like we don't know how to get it right. Wish them all the best though. We can't even come third or something. George say that only fringe athlete Jamaica use for the 4x4 mix, and the US use some of their main athletes. I don't know if the Jamaicans don't understand that this is an Olympic gold medal, just like any other gold medal, and it's not considered less than anything else. And this is one of the best chance to give some of the smaller countries a shot, because let's say that a country had two good athletes who can't compete in the 100 or in the 400, or they cannot come. Let's say they had a good athlete who probably would run a decent 400 meter, and another good athlete who could run a decent 400-meter hurdles, but they could not compete in the 400 meet, the 4x4, the regular 4x4. Men, let's say they had one good man, one good woman. This is an opportunity for those athletes to get a gold. But Jamaica, they are choosing athletes, and I think that this could be part of the reason why they are holding back athletes like Natalia Clunes or Nayoka Clunes and even Kimber Nelson. I believe it could be situations like this what could cause them to hold the athletes back so they could send their favorite athletes as some kind of payment for being loyal to the sport for a long time, even though they are not qualifying. Because I've heard stuff like that where they are sending athletes to the Olympics or to the World Championship, even though they don't have the time for it. They are just choosing them because it's the mixed relay. You can get away with sending them, and so like organizers are, for example, Wilson of his athletes, he would give them a shot there. The US used to put their top athletes to run in the mixed 4x4. Yeah, I've seen it. Even now, they are still going to switch out athletes and have them running in the 4x4. I'm surprised they won't give Noah a run in this mixed relay. They wanted to put him in the flat 4x4, but maybe it would have diminished his time. Yes, Great Britain. Great Britain got that first place over Netherlands. Lucky. None of the US top athletes ran on the mixed relay. Are you talking about this time around or ever? But again, the US are usually have a good mix of quarter mile athletes. They usually have good 400-meter athletes all the time. So finding a mixed relay team for the US is no difficult task. Easy thing for them to find a 400, a mixed 4x4 team. But I still believe that Jamaica don't take it seriously unless there are rules that we are not aware of, and we are just observing and criticizing from the outside. But I don't believe that Jamaica choose a good team typically. So if we should rate the first day, it might not be the best possible day because it it left us wondering. You know, last time we would have said good, that's good. Shelley looked good, Elaine looked good, and what Sharika looked good, and then resulted in a sweep. Now Shelley looked good, but we are expecting that Tia will be good, and Sasha Lee Forbes didn't look good. She won't be good. Her time is not good. How much a season? Look how much. Look at the big difference from 2021 to 2023. We swept and then started a challenge between Jamaicans. Literally feel like an infighting. And now they're at the Olympics, not even knowing if we're gonna medal in the 100. Such a shame. Even though the athletes are still active, it's just deteriorated. So after day one, it is safe to say that we have, from what we have seen, we could have at least one athlete in the 100-meter finals, or it could be two. Two athletes qualified in the triple jump. The 4x4 athletes, they may or may not qualify because they would have to figure out if they're going to qualify as the fastest, as one of the fastest loser. I don't believe that they had fast enough times, because the times in the second heat, it was like extremely fast, but it was faster than what Jamaica did. Jamaica did 0.12, and most of these teams in the second heat was 0.11. We don't even know those faces. Yeah, no idea who they are. No idea. The face, the names, none of it. And the athletes who didn't qualify for we didn't have a 4x4 team for men. I don't think they respect the gold medal as a regular gold, or they're just trying to find other athletes to make them into Olympians. It's rough. It's very rough. So yes, it's finished now, and They're still doing some different events. The events will continue days on end, but it is finished now, and obviously not the regular event that we are used to, not the one that we're hyped up about. But again, forward through it. Appreciate everybody who stopped by. I'm gonna call this one quits right here. And tomorrow, see you guys again. I'll definitely be a little bit more prepared because tomorrow is a full day of events. We're starting out at 5:55 Jamaica time. So most people you'll find that they would start get it like for me. I'll be live at 5:30, but the races start. The Jamaican men 100-meter heats start at 5:55 a.m. tomorrow morning, and then in the afternoon around 1 o'clock, 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock, you'll find the women semifinals. I don't know what time the finals is yet. Let me confirm. So tomorrow is a full day of events with Jamaicans on the track. This what we have been hyping ourselves up and preparing for is coming tomorrow. We'll have men in action in the morning, the women running their semifinals and finals in the afternoon session, the evening session, followed by the next day where the men will be doing the same thing, running their finals and semifinals. And then after that, the day after that, those athletes running 200 will start their 200-meter journey. So it means that the day when the men are running their finals, the women will be starting their 200-meter journey. We'll see Sherika Jackson in action on that day, and we'll be able to assess whether or not she's truly out of it. So for all of you guys who have been here, appreciate it once again. Thank you so much. Remember, if you haven't liked the live, please like the live before you leave. It does help with the algorithm. Still on the journey to 10K. Appreciate everybody who stopped by. Really do. Rewrite the narrative, like, share, subscribe.